Hi friends, welcome to this video. Our today's Spark interview question is how to handle the skewness of a data in a Spark. I have already posted this in FB page. Most of you responded to it. Thanks for your response. Now let us look into the answer for this question. Basically, the skewness is nothing but ununiform distribution of a data across the cluster. If you see, I have given an example in which the data is being partitioned by the OS for mobile, where we can see the skewness of data is in Android, which plays a major hold of data, and other occupies the minimum volume of data in a cluster. So this causes a skewness, and which will directly affects the performance of the application that we develop, which might cause a long running task. We could have noticed in our Spark application, like the last stage alone would have been running for around 4 to 5 hours, where all the others has been completed within few minutes. Like 199 task has been completed and only one task is running, like that. And again, this skewness will directly affect the parallelism, which will degrades the performance, and it will get delayed. The processing will get delayed, which is an inconsistency again. So to overcome this issue, in our Spark 3.0, we have a feature called adaptive query execution framework. With the help of this framework, it is easy for us to handle the skewed data. This adaptive query execution framework, which is which is going to be introduced in 3.0, basically what it does is, I have given a picture for your reference. Like if you see, here the skewed data, it's being splitted into two parts. The A0 is splitted into A0-0 and A0-1, like into two parts, and the same through which we are going to join is getting duplicated. It's getting duplicated twice. So the join is being made, and the query is executed for the skew data. With this, we will be able to overcome the skewness in Spark 3.0, but still it is in a prelim version. We haven't received a full version. We can go for 2.0 as well. What are the available options that is in 2.0 version as well. In 2.0, we can use the repartition, in which the by using the repartition we can increase the number of partition size, by which it will be helpful to partition the data over the cluster equally. But if there is only a single dominant partition ID, then repartition will not be so effective. The skewness will still be in place. So if there is a single dominant, repartition is not a good approach to go with. But if there is multiple dominant partition ID in which there is a skewness in data, then we can proceed further with the repartitioning. Solving technique is nothing but we will have a partition which will be added with the random values, and the end result will be the another partition. So if you see in this example, the partition A is being added randomly with some numbers 23, and the output will be acting as a partition ID now. So we have two separate partition instead of a single partition. We will be having a two separate partition. With this, we will be able to overcome the skew issue. Next option is to reduce the data skew effect before uploading the data into our cluster itself. Like if we know there will be a skewness in data and we will be having a dominant player of partition ID, then it is better to avoid the data skewness by selecting some other column as well along with the skewed partition ID. Say for example, in our case we used the OS as our partition ID. Instead of that, we can use a country code as well along with the mobile OS, so that it will make some distribution across the partition to avoid the data skewness.
Other two options to reduce the data skewness is to play with the broadcast variable and the broadcast join. One is increasing a threshold value of broadcast join to some extent in our Spark config, which will increases the likelihood of the Spark engine to choose the broadcast join in preference than in with the sort merge join, which will be useful for us to avoid the skewness of data. And the final option is iterative broadcast join. In iterative broadcast join, the comparatively larger data set is being sliced into a smaller chunks, and this chunk is again broadcasted to join it with a huge volume of data. And finally, all the results will be unioned into a single data set. With the help of this, we will be able to overcome the skew.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Thanks for watching.